What's up, Blue Diamond fam, and welcome to another video. Today's video, we are going to be doing the recap for the Browns versus Titans. We have Shedeur Sanders leading his Cleveland Browns, or rather tried to, versus Cam Ward's Tennessee Titans. I'll give y'all a little bit of stats between Shedeur and Cam and see how they matched up, who did better, who did worse. We already know, but for the sake of this video, that's what we're gonna do. And then I'll show you a couple highlights, and then I'll end the video with something to look forward to for the next video. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the video. Before we get into a couple of the highlights, this video shouldn't be too long. Now, we'll put out there that I tried watching the game, but I guess I'm a little too far out of market to watch it. I don't know. I don't understand how it works. If you have NFL Plus, like the premium or whatever, and not saying that the Browns are my favorite team. If you watch the channel, you should know who's my favorite teams. But if you select your favorited team, you should be able to watch that favorited team, whether they're at home or if they're in an out-of-market area on the road. But I digress. So as we know, the Titans took the score to the crib. I want to say it was 31-29 in favor of the Titans. Cam Ward attempted of 28 passes, completing 14 of those for 117 yards. Completion percentage is 50. His average 4.18, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 sack, a rating of 70.2. Now, did he do bad? No. Could he have done better? Sure. But I feel like Tony Pollard probably bailed him out because there was one play where Tony Pollard found a hole. I think it was in the B gap. Saw it, hit it, took off, untouched, scored. I think he scored twice. Yeah, he has 2 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. But for the Browns, so Shedeur Sanders, 42 attempts, 23 completions, 364 yards, 54.8 completion percentage, 8.67 average, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 2 sacks, and a rating of 97.7. And then he also has 1 rushing touchdown. I think it was like 8 yards. So comparing these two, Shedeur blew Cam Ward out of the water. And so it's very promising that in the future we're probably going to be seeing something crazy, whether he gets traded finally or if he gets traded and pops off. He just needs a better O-line because it just seems like the Browns O-line doesn't hold up for nothing. And that's for Dylan Gabriel, that's for Deshaun Watson, that's for Joe Flacco when his old ass was still there. Like, man, it doesn't, and we can go as far back as Johnny Football. When Johnny Manziel was the captain for the Browns, that O-line back then didn't hold up either. But we all know that the Browns organization is not the brightest, not the greatest. And shout out to Myles Garrett. He has broken the all-time record for sacks in a single season up to week 13 with 20 plus. Man's a dog. Honestly, he deserves a better team. If he was on a team, I don't know, like the Cowboys, I wonder what difference would be made. But let's jump into some of these highlights real quick. Took off. So the audio on the first time of me trying to get his highlights didn't get recorded besides my mic. So I'm having to do this over again for you guys. That was perfect. But what I was saying in the first video is Harold Fannin Jr. popped off this game. Take off. There you go. Nice. He balled out this game, man. He definitely looked way better than he did his past 2 starts. Nice. If the defense would have held up, Browns would have won this game. Their run stoppage this game was terrible. Tony Pollard was running all over these boys. There you go. Take off. This is rushing touchdown right here. They were all mocking him. The Titans were all mocking him after the interception, after they halted their drive. They would all throw up his perfect timing. Strong hands. Strong hands. Look at that. With the defender's hand in between. All right. It took me a minute to get everything back to where I had it last night, because apparently the conversation got ended. But I did some stat pushing, some stat digging. And at this point in his career, I think Shedeur has was his third start, something like that. I pulled who are considered the 5 best QBs of all time, right? That's Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Peyton Manning. Was Johnny Unitas from like 1956 to 72 or 73. I took his ass out of there because he only had 1 Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes has 3, so I replaced him with Patrick Mahomes. If you guys don't think Patrick Mahomes should be on that list, who cares? He's a generational talent. And then the last guy is Dan Marino. And what I took those 5 all-time greats, right? And I did their first 3 games, had their stats, their attempts and completed with how many yards they have. And then I have like a quick summary, like a quick take. And it says, Shedeur Sanders' first 3 NFL starts 2025 were statistically stronger than Tom Brady and Joe Montana's early outings, comparable to Marino and Manning. And I think they're talking arm strength, but not at Mahomes' explosive level. I think when Mahomes first came on the scene, he took the hell off. But let's dive into this real quick. So as you see right here, game 1 stats for Tom Brady. 23 attempts, 13 completed, 168 yards. Shedeur's first game, 20 attempts, 11 completed, 209 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. To Brady, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Game 2, Brady had 24, completed 12 for 86 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Shedeur's 34 attempts, 19 completions, 149 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. And then this is where they start looking a little more like each other. Game 3, Tom Brady attempted 54, completed 33 for 364 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. To last night's game against the Titans, Shedeur attempted 42, completed 23 for 364 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, plus a rushing touchdown. So if you look at Tom Brady versus Shedeur's first 3 games, Shedeur already looks better. But this is just a stat line. Like, it's factual, but it's also like irrelevant, seeing as Shedeur's literally only had 3 games. He hasn't had like a full season. But I was just curious because of how well he did, in the Browns versus Titans game. I just wanted to see how he compares to the late great, I mean, it ain't late, but Tom Brady, him being the GOAT or whatever. I don't believe, to me, he's not, but you can't deny 7 Super Bowl wins. And to think about it, those 2 times that Eli Manning beat him in the Super Bowl, that stopped him from having 9. So just imagine if he did beat Eli those 2 times. Tom Brady would be a 9-time Super Bowl champ. But if you guys want to check out how he stacks up against the rest, just pause to do so. Now, I understand it is the Tennessee Titans. At the time, I think they were 1-10, 1-11. something like that. Yeah, 1-11. Now I get that. I'm tracking. They're not that great. But the Cleveland Browns aren't that great either. So it was like a good matchup. Rookie versus rookie, friends versus friend, right? Cleveland Browns 3-10 as of now. So I'm pretty sure it was a good game to watch. I wish I was able to watch it. Couldn't watch it. I wasn't even able to watch last week's. I don't know how far out of network it is for me, but that's why I do these videos, so we can do a little recap. You know what I'm saying? But let me know what you think in the comments, and if you have the time, leave your team in the comments, and I can do a recap for their week 14. And I'll see you guys. Actually, hold up, my bad. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like, hit that sub button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.